and welcome back to the Tuesday Checklist, the weekly show where we talk in the office about a recent or upcoming game, and then talk about it on camera instead. This week we've been maintaining our excitement for Shenmue III, the newest installment in what feels like the longest running story in games ever. The fact that it's finally out on PS4 today, after an 18-year wait, feels like a dream come true. This got us thinking about other games which made our dreams a reality. Ella's up first, and she's about to get passionate.
I've had loads of dreams come true. I've had the return of Captain Price.
Get you!
I've had Kratos going back. I've had Obra Dinn, which made me a time-travelling detective, which I didn't realise was a dream, but was a dream. And so I had loads to pick from, but obviously I've talked about lots of them recently, because I very recently have had like a big spate of like childhood dreams come true.
Time to wake up, Hal. It's time to wake up. God.
So I tried to remember when my first time that I really thought like, this is a dream come true. And I'm going all the way back to the PSP.
Okay, wow.
And it's Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories.
Nice, totally agree.
Yes.
Absolutely agree.
So obviously, as everybody knows, I love GTA. Like, love, obsessively think about the first time I played it, changed my whole life, and I was like, I think I'm a gangster now. But like, it was that's how they talk. And so, first of all, just getting a PSP changed my life. It was like insane. It was the first thing that felt like a console that I genuinely could take out of the house. I really sound like an advert. It's like a console. But that's really how it felt, and it was like
in my hand.
But that's genuinely, I really felt like that, and I really did like play it on the bus and be like, it's so amazing. And finding out I was going to be able to play GTA like anywhere, I was just like, yeah, again, it was like an advert. I was like, anywhere. And I really was like, oh, is it going to be good? Because obviously, I just think of GTA as a big game.
Yeah.
So when I'm like, oh, I'm going to play it on a PSP, like, is it going to be actually that good? And turns out it was amazing. So we got to go back to Liberty City, which is obviously like New York, and it was just all to do with crime families, which again is like something I'm weirdly obsessed with. And it just had like every family you've ever seen. So it's got like triads in it, it's got Yakuza in it. It was like, I was so happy. And your whole thing is just, you're just working your way up a crime family. And I was like, great, literally another dream come true. And yeah, it was just really good. It was really, really good. It was like all the best bits of 3, all the best bits of Vice City. It was just all like this, everything that you love about GTA, I think is in Liberty City Stories. And so it just was incredibly fun. For some reason, like famously, the police are way more chill in it, or just more easy to deal with, which for me is like essential. And so you can just cause loads of chaos and then just like kill all the police in a section and then you're fine. And then like nothing else happens, your rating doesn't go up, and just like, cool. And yeah, so for me, it just like being able to play GTA anywhere, it truly was like embarrassingly amazing, and I just would tell everybody about it. But also the best thing was that it was really exciting for everybody else as well. People would be like, no way, when I showed it to them. So that was really good. And so I have to say, like, GTA Liberty City Stories was very much my first video game dream that came true.
I'm going to break convention, everybody, by talking about a couple of games I played not on PlayStation.
What are you talking about?
Get out!
I know!
But on Dreamcast. It's fine, because it was years ago, and because my experience of playing those two games is what got me excited for this game, which we can now play on PlayStation, is of course Shenmue.
Yay!
Shenmue, which I played on Dreamcast when I was like, I don't know, what was I? 14? 14, I think.
The way you phrased that.
Yeah. What was I?
Age or something completely
What was I?
Human.
I think it was the first time that I think I'd reached that age where like I'd realised I was really into games, and I was able to like consume media around them. Like I had pocket money, I was buying magazines and things. And Shenmue was the first game. I remember there was like massive hype. It was going to change the world. It was this whole new idea. You could get a job.
Well, you did change the world.
You could go to the arcade and you could play an arcade game, and you could go to the shop and buy some noodles. And this was just like, what are you saying? That's like a life. I can have a life in here. And lo and behold, the games came out and were like even better than I had imagined. Absolutely amazing. Doing all this, like, why is it that having a life, like, at one point I had a job. In Shenmue 2 I drove a forklift truck for a living.
But it is so much fun.
But why is that good?
And you have a race in the morning before you start your shift.
Why is that good fun though? How does it work? I don't know. But it does work. Now, as I remember it, it was always foretold that Shenmue was going to be, I think, 5 or 7 games. There was going to be like 5 or 7 chapters, and I don't know what happened. But after Shenmue 2, that was no, don't worry about that. And if you've played these games, like Shenmue 2, it ends on an absolutely massive cliffhanger of just like, oh, by the way, maybe there's this whole other thing going on, and like, will you ever like solve the mystery and like avenge your father's death? And then it's like, yeah, sorry, we're not going to do it anymore. And it was absolutely devastating. Fast forward to E3 2015, when the Final Fantasy VII remake was announced. And to be honest, like, not even just Rob, just the whole room just erupting in just like insane, you know, like the people who were like further near the front just jumping up and down and screaming and clapping and everything. And I'm just like, I was like, I don't know what this is, what's going on. But I was very happy for Rob, and I was with Holly as well. They were both absolutely, you know, blown away and thrilled by this. And I was like, that's really nice for them. I wonder what that might feel like to have something like this happen.
The sad day.
Lo and behold, a little later in the conference, Shenmue 3, and where suddenly I'm on the front foot, where Rob was like, what's Shenmue?
Right. Hey, I didn't say that.
Insane! You definitely did, and I was absolutely blown away, and it was literally a dream come true. Like a dream come true that from 14-year-old me who had been so invested in this series and was looking forward to a long spanning kind of like, I was up for 7 games. I was like, yeah, I'm going to be here for the next however many years it is. I will be there. To have that taken away and then suddenly like brought back, but completely like, I'd not heard any rumors, I'd not seen any like news stories, I'd not spoken to anyone, no one had said anything. And it was just like the perfect, you know, that like dream reveal, which I think everyone wants from an E3. You always want those reveals, to have no rumors, to have no, you know, like you don't want an inkling. You want it to just be like, bam, here's something you really wanted. And this was Shenmue 3 for me. It seems absolutely mad that after that period of time that we are going to get the next installment. It's insane.
Recently, it seems like lots of dreams have come true, video game dreams for me. Crash Team Racing Nitro Field was like a little dream come true, which has sort of turned into a nightmare when I realised like, oh, everyone's really good at this now. And I've just, you know, quietly shut up about it. It's really hard for me to pick between the two I've got rattling around in my head, because obviously, Dave, you alluded to it earlier, when Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced at E3 that time, I didn't know it was coming, like you didn't know Shenmue was coming. And it was that amazing just feeling of being caught up in that room. It was like being at a cup final when someone has scored an amazing last minute goal, and just the eruption of noise from that crowd was incredible.
It was like that, but if you didn't even know goals were a thing.
A goal? Oh my god! But even when the trailer was playing, everyone around me was like, they've made a CG movie or something. Everyone had wanted it for so long. Yeah. It's like, this isn't a game. It's not a game. And then they just hit you with the word. That trailer was so beautifully designed as well. Right at the end, it's like the Final Fantasy VII logo, and then that fades out, and then the word remake with a big boom sound effect. It's like, boom, just comes on, and everyone's like, oh yeah. It was amazing. And everything they show on the game just looks like it's just, there's nothing about it that looks bad. I keep on, whenever they release a new trailer, I'm like, what if there's something disappointing in this one? And it's not. It's just like,
you never do.
It's just everything that I want. And it seems so weird in today's age to just be sort of given everything you want as a fan. Like, I feel entitled when I ask for, can it have all of the cool Don Corneo stuff? Can it have the cool, like, you know, the bit where you have to dress up? And I'm there thinking, they're probably not going to put that in, are they? The squat mini game, that's definitely not going to be in there. And it is! It's like in there. And they've made it all in amazing PS4 vision, and it is just, I can't.
It is. If it was a human being, it would be the most beautiful human being on the planet.
I know, you'd be like looking for flaws, like, it's suspicious. It's suspicious how perfect Final Fantasy VII Remake is. But the other thing I have to mention in terms of dreams coming true is Skyrim in VR. The Skyrim in VR again was ridiculous. I think it might have been maybe the E3 after the Final Fantasy VII announcement. There was a bunch of cool stuff announced at that E3 as well, and I got hands-on with it at that E3 as well, and it was just like what you'd imagined. Like, it wasn't a little bit of Skyrim we've made especially for you to look at in VR. It was the entire game, like, in VR, and playing it with the PlayStation Move motion controllers. You're just and dual wielding magic spells. That was the dream. And firing a bow and arrow at bandits outside one of the old Nord crypts that you get in the game, and being able to do it like that just feels amazing. And dual wield, like fire going there and lightning going there. Yeah. You just feel like a superhero in a game that's already incredible in terms of wish fulfillment for someone like me who loves high fantasy stuff anyway. It was just the icing on the cake, and I honestly can't pick between those two dreams, so I've talked about both of them. So there you go.
That's not fair.
So cheeky.
I'm going to take us back to the days of the PlayStation 2. I was in terms of like how old I was at the time, I was in year 6, I believe, of primary school. So I was quite young, and it was my birthday one year, and I went into a shop, and who remembers Woolworths?
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
please.
good old Woolworths.
Like yesterday.
Good old Woolworths, right?
Rosie, that was our entire life.
Went into a Woolworths and I saw this mysterious game called Kingdom Hearts. Oh. So I pick up the PlayStation 2 box and I look at the back and I see suddenly, I don't know why I picked it up. I think it was because I saw the cover of Kingdom Hearts 1. It's got like all the very shadowy silhouettes, and I just saw Donald and Goofy. Now, I was at a phase where I loved Disney. I watched like all the so many Disney films, and I was also an incredible fan of The Nightmare Before Christmas. And the reason why I say this came true for me, because I remember just picking it up in the Woolworths store, looked at the back, and suddenly I saw there was a game with a variety of Disney characters on it. And not only that, but Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas was on the back of it. And I was immediately like, oh my god, it's a video game with Disney characters, and it's got, but not just, for example, like Donald's Quack Attack or anything, like, when it's designed to a specific. It's like, it's all of the Disney, so many Disney characters. And I managed to get it, very luckily, but I was quite late in discovering it.
I managed to get it. What's that mean? I managed to bend by
But no, I got it for my birthday, and I was very late, I think, in finding out about it, because I also got Kingdom Hearts 2 at the same time.
That is quite late, Rosie. Yeah.
Which I wasn't expecting.
It's 5 years for that, Rosie.
I just remember it was on my birthday, and like I opened it and I had Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I didn't even realise there was a Kingdom Hearts 2. So this was like my dream maximised to like 1,000. And this was also before I knew that there was another game on the PlayStation 2 of The Nightmare Before Christmas, which is entirely dedicated to it. And then I actually I played Kingdom Hearts. It was the first RPG that I played. So of course I was a weakling back then. I ignored all the battles because I just wanted to get to the Disney worlds and see what was going to happen. And I just in general fell in love with the game, and ever since I've just loved Kingdom Hearts, really, and it continued my story through RPGs. And since then I've now got into like the Final Fantasy games and so many RPGs, and I absolutely love them. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts, just when I first encountered that in Woolworths and I got it for my birthday, it was just my absolute dream come true. All these Disney worlds, all in one game, and it was just a very enjoyable game.
What was the most fun place that you played GTA Liberty City Stories?
On the loop.
I've ever thought.
Let's not lie, we've all played with our handheld consoles on the loo at least once, haven't we? Let us know which games made your dreams come true in the comments, give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and click that notification bell so you're always up to date with everything PlayStation. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
For the players.